What's going on, YouTube? You're back with Shades, and we're continuing our Let's Play of Katawa Shoujo, Lily's arc. Now, last time we left off, I have no recollection of what we did last time. Let me just scroll. Oh, okay. We were talking about festival preparation. Now, the reason I don't remember playing what happened last time is because I haven't played this game in about 2 weeks. Because the week I recorded it, like in the beginning of September, was basically a pre-recording. And hopefully now I'm coming in a bit clearer. Because this mic is glorious, and don't expect me to use these for all of my recordings. I'm pretty sure at some point I'm gonna just like sound like I usually do, but I will try to like rent out this mic as much as I possibly can. But anyway, it's kind of neat to see everyone being so enthusiastic about it. I'm probably the only one who doesn't have something to do. Shizune scoffs at me at first, as if deciding whether or not to ignore me or sneer at me, but in the end she starts signing without doing either. Misha perks up, looking at her hands with slightly unconfused, unfocused eyes. Whoops. She signs with harsh, heavy, dramatic strokes. Misha translates her signing into speech for me. She does it so well, it's almost like Shizune is actually speaking, transmitting her thoughts directly through Misha. She must have practiced it vigorously. Well, of course, we're the student council, you know, so we're pretty busy. It's an important duty of ours to ensure the success of this festival with all our strength. We would shame ourselves in front of the past student council generations if the festival were to fail. That's why there must be no flaws. No, I think that was encumbrances. Nothing that might make the festival short of perfect. Shizune's passionate speech and Misha's enacting are oddly fitting of them. Oh, hello? I look over my shoulder and see Hanako peering timidly into the classroom. Most of her body is hidden behind the door. Hey, playing delinquent again? Hanako blushes hard at Misha's straightforward jab, even if it was only a jest. Shizune stares at her probingly, causing Hanako to look down and start backing away to the point where only her fingers can be seen wrapped nervously around the edge of the door. Maybe she's showing her dislike of Hanako by association of her dislike of Lily. It appears so, and Hanako probably knows it as well. What is it, Hanako? Has Lily been here? I hope that's audible, because the new mic should be better at picking up, my soft voice. Oh, cuz, I don't know. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up the walkthrough real quick. Alright guys, I'm back. I just got up to it. Sorry, I just had to pick that up so I know what dialogue choices I can pick. Sorry, haven't seen Sato. She, came by this morning, though. Hanako keeps looking uneasily at Shizune, who stares back at her with her usual studying gaze. What is she trying to do? Of course, Shizune isn't going to look away, and she is intimidating enough as it is, so I can only imagine how terrified Hanako would be. It is a little uncomfortable watching Hanako's reaction to Shizune's normal behavior. This is what happens when two people of different extremes meet, it seems. Do you know where she is? If she has any sense in her head, she's in her classroom working on their festival project, but who knows where that woman is loitering at. I'm gonna get mad again. I swear to God, I'm gonna get mad again. You need to find her? She was looking for you this morning, but I guess you have missed each other. She waits a little without answering the simple question, looking awfully like she's not sure if it's proper to answer such a question. Yeah. I could come with you, if it's okay. Hanako nods fractionally, still on her guard, her shoulders stiff like wood. I get the feeling that she might be more comfortable by herself after all, but it's too late to back off now. She has this really troubled expression she seems to wear almost constantly, one that makes me constantly be on guard myself. I wonder why. I kinda understand why she always seems to be so wary, or more like, why there could be a person like her. But I still have no idea how I should act around such a person. It's dinner time soon. Were you planning to eat with Lily? She nods slightly. So she must have been trying to get in the cafeteria. Well, there's something of a dinner crowd, just like the cafeteria is crowded during lunch. It's not as bad because dinner time is longer than lunch hour, but I can understand why Hanako could be discouraged from going in. I pick up my bag and we take our leave. Hanako skips a little to meet my initial pace, so I slow down to match her speed. I have a bit of a runny nose. Yeah, I'm sick. Doesn't take long for us to be walking at a comfortable pace down the hallway. It almost feels like we're going for a stroll together, something that I can't say I've really done before with a girl. Hanako doesn't seem to be thinking the same thing, though. Even though we are walking at the same pace, she never comes within arm's reach of me. I guess she's still a little uncomfortable around me. Given how shy she is, there doesn't seem to be much helping it, at least for now. By the time we arrive at the cafeteria, there's not much of a crowd there, but Lily is nowhere to be seen. Hanako's head sinks even lower than usual. Have you looked somewhere else already? Just at the library. I was reading. So she does spend the classes she skips at the library. Ah, so not exactly a thorough search then. Well, if I had to guess, she'd be in her own class like Shizune said, right? Right. With the slightest of nods, Hanako agrees with my reasoning. God, she's being so awkward. It's like I need a double-layered silk gloves with padding even to begin interacting with her. Wow, I said the sentence wrong. Some things never change, huh? Some small talk might help her become a bit more used to me. It isn't hard to tell that the silence between us is hovering on the edge of both our minds. So you and Lily usually hang out together after class, right? Yes. I'm not quite sure what I expected from her answer, nor why I even asked the question. That much was rather obvious after all. She doesn't seem like She doesn't seem like the type to cultivate a social circle either, so I suspect that Lily may well be her only friend. Must be a pain being in different classes, I'm guessing. She gives a sharp, almost reflexive nod. Compared to Lily's careful thought about her actions and speech, Hanako hastens to make her answers as prompt and short as possible. Lily comes by the classroom, though, even when she's busy. She gives a small smile as she says it, evidently appreciating the fact that Lily goes out of her way to help her. It's pretty cute, really. There isn't any need to say more. Both of us are content that the discussion's reached an end. As we ascend the stairs back to the lobby, we are met by a group of students heading downstairs like a school of fish, moving from one feeding area to another. They seem to be keeping mostly to themselves, but before I can notice her doing so, Hanako has moved around behind me. Hey, are you alright? Just keep going. The students pass us without as much as a second glance, and Hanako takes up position to my side again. As we enter the building, her momentary reprieve from her anxiety all but snatched away. Even as we climb toward the third floor, she doesn't seem to relax. It isn't as if I've never known a shy person before, or even shy girls, but Hanako seems to be pretty far beyond what I'd call normal in her fear of other people. If it weren't for Lily acting as a mediator, I doubt Hanako would have even been able to walk beside me like this. She seems to completely shut down in the presence of others. The rest of the walk up to Lily's classroom continues in strained silence, while I rue her inability to socialize at all. After we make our way up the stairs, the noise coming from Lily's classroom is audible from halfway down the hallway. I wasn't expecting such a din at all. Well, I guess we found her. This wasn't hard. Did Hanako come here first and come to me for backup, I wonder? Well, if that's true, then at least she's starting to trust me a little. That can only be the good thing. Eventually, the two of us reach the door to Class 3-2. With Hanako less than subtly positioning herself behind me, I open the door. Inside is a hive of activity, seemingly every student in the class talking at once as they work hurriedly on their separate tasks. Going by the paint cans, decorations, and banners being made, it must be for the upcoming school festival. I guess my first priority should be finding Lily. One thing I'm really glad about is when I yawn, I don't have to worry about breathing into the mic, because the mic's really far, somewhat far away from me. There. Finding her among the din is surprisingly easy, not the least because of her looks. Oh, hang on, guys, I have to blow my nose, god damn it. Alright guys, I'm back. With a couple of students gathered around her as she stands at the front of the class, she seems to be in charge of the preparations, or at least busy organizing them. Carefully negotiating a path through the various students hunched over the floor for lack of desk space, I raise a hand entirely out of habit as we finally reach Lily. Hi, Lily. She perks her head up as she breaks off talking to a noticeably smaller girl, who must be her classmate, trying to listen as best she can. Sorry, who? Sorry, Hisao. I have Hanako too. Hi. She's pretty skittish, considering the number of people around. It isn't too hard to work out why. Wow, I had the wrong tone for that sentence. Lily takes a moment's pause to assess the situation before turning to the other student once again. For the moment, just ask Moriya for his advice. Kenji's busy with painting one of the banners already. A quick nod and she bounces off, her fingers carefully sliding along the wall space for orientation. Wait, Kenji? That Kenji? I quickly turn about, leaning to the side to see past Hanako. Sure enough, in a corner of the room, Kenji's hunched over a sheet of cloth as he paints it. His eyes remain only inches from the brush, reminding me of how close he had to be to make out my face when I met him. Sorry about that. Our class doesn't have many students, even with partial eyesight, so they're in high demand. That's right, Class 3-2 especially for students with poor vision. Preparing for the festival must be pretty arduous for them. Exactly. And that's why I got mad at Shizune. Like, dear God. It's not hard to figure out. Most of her class is blind. Prepping for this stuff is pretty hard. And I'm sorry guys, my nose is bleeding and I just had to replace this thing in my nose. Need a hand? I can give you help if you need some. Maybe Hanako could too. A chance to set her mind on something would do her good, but I doubt she has the courage to ask outright. She quickly nods in affirmation afterwards, so I'm confident I made the right move. Lily gives a noticeable sigh of relief. Ah, that's good. This might actually get finished before everyone goes off to dinner now. Would you be able to help out the person painting the main banner? It's a big task for him to do, but nobody else can help. Kenji? Sure. She seems surprised that I know him. I can't really blame her. I take it you've met? Our rooms in the dorm are right next to each other. Hard to miss each other, really. Well, it's good to see you're getting friends so fast. Friends. I wonder if that's the right word to use for him. Hanako's silence during the proceedings reminds me of the reason I put her up to helping in the first place. We'll go help him then. He knows what needs doing, right? That's right. Just ask if you have any problems. Chorusing in assent, Hanako and I begin another trek across the classroom. Kenji sits crouched on the floor, his gaze fixed on the white calico in front of him. Hey Kenji. No answer. He continues dragging his paint silk brush along the large half-painted kanji that's sketched on the sheet in pencil. Wish I could read kanji. Always wanted to learn, but unfortunately, Eastern languages are very hard to learn if you were born in a Western country. Sigh. Oh well. Kenji? Huh? What? Who is it? If this is the way he treats his classmates, it's no wonder he's working on this alone. It's me, Hisao, from the— Right, I know that man. What are you doing here, though? His dismissive attitude annoys me. He must be the type to really get focused on his work, hating to be disturbed by anyone until he's done, I suppose. While we talk, the sound of Hanako's footsteps as she walks up from behind me reminds me that she's here. I was just gonna help with the banner. Hanako and I, that is. Hello. Oh, hey, I guess that's okay. As soon as Hanako enters the equation, his demeanor takes a complete about-face. His sudden faux hospitality is slightly unsettling. Oh right, women. On second thought, this may have been a great idea after all. May not have been a great idea, my bad. Hanako and I grudgingly set ourselves down on the opposite side of the cloth banner to Kenji, noting the several small paint tins on the ground around it. Class 3-2... Noodle stall? You guys selling noodles at the festival on Sunday? Yeah, some stalls outside or something. Or something. His non-committal nature sparks a fair amount of suspicion on my behalf. The task in hand comes first, though. So how do you want to split this? We do borders while you do text, or do you want to switch around and do the borders? Text is mine, you do borders. He has surprisingly strong feelings on the topic. As I reach over to grab a brush, I notice Hanako's already debating between colors to use. By the time I put brush to cloth, she's already started on delicate pattern. Looks like my idea of taking her mind off everyone around her worked. With a dark blue stroke, the three of us silently get to work. Not before Kenji takes advantage of Hanako's working to lean towards me and whisper conspiratorially, though. Some words are just weird to pronounce in my mind. Conspiratorially? Because I know it uses the word conspiracy in there. I could be wrong. Okay man, why are you here? Hanako just wanted some help to find Lily, that's all. He apparently disapproves of my motivations. I get it, it looks like I misjudged you. You're infiltrating them, aren't you? Going deep undercover? I should have guessed. Letting the truth slip by him would probably be better than outright lying or annoying him in any case. Okay, I'm burping too, sorry. I just ate before this. Is that why you're here? Obviously, it sucks, but there's no better way to get intel than going in yourself. We gotta stick together, man. This is a harsh school, a harsh world. Yes, very harsh. He misses my true meaning as he leans back, satisfied I'm sympathetic to his cause. I better get down to work. Finished. Looks like I am too. Good job. The two of us connect up the lines of our patterns, mine being as close a copy as I could manage of hers. With a grunt, I lever myself up from the floor and look around. Aside from Hanako and myself, there's only Kenji left finishing off a sign, as well as Lily and a couple of students talking among themselves in the classroom. Looking at my watch, it's no surprise. It's getting pretty late. Need a hand? I offer a hand to Hanako, which she uses to get herself up. As she does, I can't help but glance at her wrist. If her scars extend even to there, just how much of her body was burned. I feel a pang of guilt about it, however, as she quickly covers her wrist with her other hand. You don't have to do that, girlie. I'm not judging. It's okay, beautiful baby. It's okay. Looks good, doesn't it? She looks surprised for a moment before noticing that I made the banner. It does, I guess. Her smile shows that she feels a slight sense of pride in the result, just as I do. With the floor significantly neater for the decorations being placed on the desks and shelves, it's much easier to get Lily as we cross the room. We finish the banner. I guess that's all that needs to be done. Lily gives an appreciative nod. Thank you, Hisao, Hanako. If there's any way I can thank you. It's fine. Beats sitting in my room studying at any rate. I don't mind either. She nods before suddenly remembering one last person. Oh, is Kenji still here? Sorry guys, my nose is an awful thing. Just as I open my mouth, Kenji gives the answer from the other side of the room. Yeah, just finished. He carefully slides his sign into an empty section of the shelf to dry, before quickly walking past us and out the door. See you, man. Bye. The remaining two students say their goodbyes to Lily before taking their cue to leave as well, leaving only the three of us. Well, I guess that's everyone. I hope we don't have to do anything like that again. Working past school time? Indeed, the class's plans this year were ambitious, maybe too ambitious. The stalls look nice, though. She's right. It shows that a lot of work's gone into them. My, I'm sure a lot of us would be glad to hear that. At least now there's not much work to do into the festival itself. It's getting pretty late. Should we go? That's probably a good idea. Are you going to be back at the dorms as well, Hisao? Yeah, I guess. I'll tag along. The nighttime lighting really makes the gardens look quite different compared to the usual look of lush greenery. Things are much more calm. Being that it's so late, the lack of students around probably helps. The odd one or two can be seen scurrying to and from the dorms trying to eke the most out of their approaching curfews, but no more. All that can be heard is our footsteps, in addition to Lily's cane, oh god, yawning, regularly gently tapping the ground in front of her. Oh god, my nose. It's nice to finally be able to relax a bit after the mad rush during school. Without even noticing it, I let out a small yawn. Tired? Yeah, still getting used to the flow of things, I guess. The, thing with Shizune took me kinda off guard, though. I gripped my teeth a little at the candid mention of their rather public spat. That said, I don't want to sort out what in the world was behind it. Or did he say I want to? About that. I'm sorry about it being so public. Shizune and I go back some ways. Her voice seems slightly irritated as she remembers Shizune, obviously unwilling to discuss it any further. I glanced at Hanako for her views on this, but her expression is, unsurprisingly, evasive and difficult to read. Either way, I guess her apologizing for it is something, even if my curiosity goes unanswered. I'll be glad once the festival is over in any case. The change of topics welcomed, clearing the thickening air quickly. I can imagine, my old school's festivals were a lot more low-key than this. Yamaku stresses the idea of school community, so the staff likes to make our festivals and such special occasions. And yet the students are the ones who do the work. What an unfair world. Hanako and Lily both chuckle in agreement, savoring the fact that none of the staff are around to hear our grumbling. I suppose coming from a strict all-girls school helped me a bit with Yamaku. Compared to there, Yamaku is much more relaxed. That'd go a way towards explaining her well-bred speech and behavior in any case. The way I've been voicing her hasn't been well-bred, because goddamn, like, I keep stuttering. Again, it's just because my eyes read so much faster than my mouth, and then when my mouth's attempt to catch up, it starts combining words, and it's the worst thing in my opinion. As we come up to the dormitory, it eventually comes time to leave for our respective rooms. See you, Lily, Hanako. The two both give polite nods before setting off to the women's dorms, just next to the guys. As it is to be expected of such an arrangement, there's a staff member casually patrolling around the outside to prevent any nighttime shenanigans. Walking past him, I quickly stretch my arms and rub my neck, both quite sore after having worked on the floor for so long, before walking to my room. It feels good to actually have direction, though. After so long in the hospital, the everyday facts of studying, homework, and teachers seem almost a blessing. I guess if things continue like this, my time at Yamaku might turn out okay. Adhering to the nurse's nagging voice in the back of my head, I set my alarm to wake me up early enough to go jogging again. I made a promise and I'm going to keep it. Besides, Emmy's bound to rat on me if I don't show up. But it's not all that bad. My morning alarm goes off and I flail about uselessly for a while until I remember that I decided to give morning runs another shot. I don't know if this was my greatest idea, but I'm determined to keep going. This is about my health, after all. Same here, I go to the gym every day. If I can't go in the morning, I go after class. Sure, things haven't been great lately for me, but that hasn't made my existence so intolerable that I'm not going to try everything I can to stay healthy. I'm not gonna lie, this game actually, kind of inspired me to get healthy, because, you gotta start somewhere, guys. You gotta start somewhere. Besides, it's all about asserting some kind of control over this thing, right? Right! If I can manage that, well, I can manage anything. At least that's what I keep telling myself. Once again, it would appear that I'm not alone in my run. Emmy has apparently been here for some time. It looks like she's already worked up a good sweat. Just when the hell did she come down here anyway? Oh, it's you! I'm surprised to see you again. Why's that? Well, not many people actually manage to come back for a second try. She frowned, seemingly annoyed by a passing thought. Like the rest of the track team, for instance. Still, it was only supposed to be a volunteer basis, so it's not that big of a shock. And I guess it's pretty early in the morning. A shrug, and it suddenly appears that she's forgotten what she's talking about. The frown disappears entirely, and she seems to snap back to her previous train of thought. Oops. So, come on then. What? You're here to run again, right? Well, yes. So come on! I find myself suddenly grabbed and yanked onto the track. Things seem to be set on mirroring yesterday's run. That is, I seem to be struggling while Emmy moves with an effortlessness that I find enviable. It's incredibly bothersome to be so easily worn out. I know that feeling. The first time I went to the track, I could barely run 2 laps without by the end of the second lap, I was about to die. Well, not really, but I was really, really tired. I was breathing so hard that I had headphones in to listen to music, and I couldn't hear my music. I was just breathing that loud. I know I should be patient, work toward things gradually, but it's difficult to stay positive about this. We were on the track and start on our second lap. Emmy seems to have grown impatient, keeping pace with me, and begins to pull away. This is where I gave out yesterday. Will I be able to do more? Apparently, it's a dialogue option we go for is take it easy. I let Emmy go with her own pace, and she doesn't show mercy, pulling half a lap ahead of me in an instant. I don't blame her. I mean, it's not as if I'm really putting up any sort of real fight out here, is it? Instead, I'm just running at a steady pace, which is what I should be doing, right? There's no need to go pushing my limits at this stage of the game. God, is this even worth it? As we finish the second lap, I break off again. Emmy keeps going and almost seems to me that she's disappointed. Well, that's stupid. I don't have anything to prove to her. Come to think of it, I've got nothing to prove to myself either. Aww. Since I did Emmy's path first, I feel kind of bad. I've disappointed the initial waifu. Oh. I'm just fine the way I am. And what I'm not is the runner. This was probably the bad idea. Maybe there's something else I can do instead of this. Getting up this early sucks anyway. There's gotta be some other way to keep healthy. Walking maybe. Nice afternoon walks. Yeah, that sounds good. Running isn't for me. I wave to Emmy and head back to my room. I'll think of something else later. Oh my god! So if you don't push yourself at that moment, you don't get Emmy. At all. Jesus Christ. Wow. This is interesting. It's getting interesting. Because the reason why I didn't skip these specifically because I didn't know how the dialogue options really changed the story. Wow. Okay. So if you push yourself, she takes you to the nurse, and you start her plot. Okay. I'm getting interested. I'm getting really interested now. Back in my room, the first thing I see is a familiar row of medication bottles lined up on top of my dresser, and it makes me depressed as usual. It's annoying. I thought it was okay, but... Okay, I thought I was okay. I thought I had made my peace with this thing, gotten over it. But what I really did, I allowed myself to forget that I have a problem. Being here really reminds me of the reality, and trying to fight against it just hurts. Reflecting on it is only going to do so much. I've done this before, for months. It seems like it's time to get over it. If I allow myself to forget that my life is definitely not going to be as long as those of others, I won't get anywhere. My life may be different from others, but it's a life in progress. This is how I rationalize it. I downed the usual handful of pills, trying to push the sudden dreary feeling out of my head, then I prepared to head out for class early as usual. Oh no, I don't want to talk to Kenji. As I step out into the hallway, I notice Kenji coming around the hallway corner, stealthily making his way over to his own room with a large bag. As he sneaks past me, soundlessly like a ninja hiding in plain sight, I call out to him, "Why? If you don't like him, just avoid him. Jesus Christ." Hey. He jumped at the sound of my voice. "Oh, hey man, I didn't notice you there. I'm really tired." I think it's more like he didn't see me, but that's not the issue. "Where have you been this early? Shopping?" "Nah, I wasn't shopping. Sometimes I have to visit the math teacher. Yeah, I figured it'd be a good idea to find out when the next exam is, since he tells you in advance if you want." "So then, what's in the bag?" "I thought I'd go shopping while I was outside. I need supplies to continue the fight against the vast feminist conspiracy." Okay. I thought you didn't go outside." "I wear a hat now." I decide not to point out that he's not wearing a hat. An awkward silence settles between us, and then Kenji breaks it by pushing his door open, slowly releasing a creaking sound into the air that only makes the moment seem more awkward. He sets the bag down inside his room, and then closes the door. "I'm surprised you went out of your way to find out a test date. Trying to take advantage of an opportunity to study is pretty diligent." "I never study." "Oh?" "I just wanted to know when the next test day was. I'm still gonna take it. Duh, I need to know what day. I can't afford to skip class. He usually sends out updates on that crap by phone, so I had to step out and check up on it." "And why do you have to go out when you can get it on your phone?" "I don't carry a phone." "What do you mean you don't carry a phone? You mean you just leave it at home?" "Nah, I don't use phones. I don't have a phone. Phones. I have no phone." Okay, where is he going? This is so weird. "Why don't you have a phone? How can you not have a phone? No phone at all? No phone?" "I just don't like phones. Actually, I'm kind of scared of them. I don't know why. I think it's some kind of repressed trauma. But basically, when I hear a phone, I get nervous. It's my darkest secret. I have two theories on it. Either I have some fear of receiving or some undefined, ominous, life-altering doom call, or I was beaten with a phone in the past. Beaten so bad they can't remember it." "Beaten in the head?" "Well, where else could I get beaten with a phone that would make me unable to remember it? The ass?" Unexpectedly logical. I feel very depressed now. Since this conversation is more or less over, Kenji opens his door again and prepares to head inside. Anyway, is the conversation over? I'm gonna finish this conversation, then I'm gonna end the part. "Yeah, I'm gonna sleep, dude. Have a good one. Class is going to start in like 20 minutes. I already did something today. Too tired to go to school." "Hey, need some lip balm? I accidentally bought two because I thought the store had started selling individual AA batteries." "Thanks, but no thanks." "Whatever, man." He swiftly enters his lair, finally letting me go to class. Okay, I'm gonna end this part here. This is actually interesting me now, because I didn't think that the intro sequence could change. I thought it was all the same thing, but I guess it changes, because sometimes the dialogue option may change the story, and I don't know when it's going to change. So that's why I've always been like really skeptical as whether or not I could skip the beginning or not. But anyway, I'll think about that on my own. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching. If you liked this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more videos from me or from this series, hit the subscribe button. And you are now exiting the Shadyverse. My name's Shades, and I hope you've enjoyed your day in the shade. See you guys later.